In this video, we will be discussing whether or not Christianity is growing or dying. Now, bear with me. I will be including atheism in these statistics. I realize that atheism is not a religion, but in order to be fair and prove this correctly, I am going to have to include atheism. According to adherence.com, a secular website, the top 3 religions of the world are Christianity at 2.1 billion, 33% of the world, Islam at 1.5 billion, 21% of the world, and atheism at 1.1 billion, 16% of the world. Now, granted, Christianity has stayed at 33% of the world for several years now. It first started out at 1.9 billion in 1994, then increased to 2.1 billion in 2001. So why don't you people think? According to fastestgrowingreligion.com, another secular website, Christianity grows by 25,210,195 adherents a year. Islam by 22,588,676 adherents a year. Christianity, 33% of the world, has 238 countries under its belt. Islam, 21% of the world, has 204 countries under its belt. Christianity, 33% of the world. Islam, 21% of the world. Here we go. Christianity grows by 25,210,195 adherents a year, with 22,708,799 adherents being added by birth, and 2,501,396 adherents being added by conversion. Islam grows by 22,588,676 adherents a year, with 21,723,118 of those new adherents being from birth, and 865,558 of those new adherents being from conversions. So, growth by birth, Christianity outweighs Islam. Growth by new adherents, Christianity outweighs Islam. Growth by converts, Christianity outweighs Islam. And here's the projections. Right now, Christianity has 33% of the world, with 2.1 billion. And Islam is at 21% of the world with 1.5 billion. Christianity is projected to grow to 2.6 billion in 2025, and Islam projected to grow to 1.8 billion in 2025. That's a percentage of 33.4% in 2025 and 22.8% in 2025 for Christianity and Islam, respectively. In 2050, Christianity is projected to grow to 3.1 billion. Islam projected to grow to 2.2 billion. That's 33.4% and 25% for Christianity and Islam, respectively, in 2050. Interesting. Back in 2005, the WND ran a segment called Christianity Taking Over Planet. Now I'm going to let my computer read the segment to you, and we will go from there.
What is the fastest growing religion on earth? As I go the while, you boldly proclaim, I am a Christian. Sign the pledge now. elitbrigham.org/I am a Christian coming of Jesus. You think you know the Bible well? Test yourself with our trivia game. www.bibleafterbiochem.com. News reports suggested it's Islam, but a new book makes a compelling case. Is it a new or perhaps old form of biblically inspired evangelical Christianity that is sweeping through places like China, Africa, India, and Southeast Asia? Order equals 0 greater than in Megashift. Author Jim Brooks coined the new phrase to define this fast-growing segment of the population. He calls them core apostolics, for the new saints who are at the heart of the mushrooming kingdom of God. Ruff makes the point that Christianity is overlooked as the fastest-growing faith in the world because most surveys look at the traditional Protestant denomination and the Roman Catholic Church while ignoring Christian believers who have no part of either. He says there are 707 million switched-on disciples who fit into this new category and that this church is exploding in growth. The growing core of Christianity crosses theological lines and includes 707 million born-again people who are increasing by 8% a year, he says. So fast is this group growing that, under current trends, according to Russ, the entire world will be composed of such believers by the year 2032. There will be pockets of resistance and unforeseen breakthroughs, writes Russ. Still, at the rate we're growing now, to be comically precise, there would be more Christians than people by the end of 2032, about 8.2 billion. According to the authors, until 1960, Western evangelicals outnumbered non-Western evangelicals, mostly Latinos, blacks, and Asians, by 2 to 1. As of 2000, non-Western evangelicals outnumbered Westerners by 4 to 1. He says by 2010, the ratio will be 7 to 1. There are now more missionaries sent from non-Western nations than Western nations, he writes. This trend, says Brooks, has been missed by Westerners because the explosive growth is elsewhere. Hundreds of millions of these Christians are simply not associated with the institutional churches at all. They meet in homes. They meet underground. They meet in caves. They meet, he says, in secret. And what is driving this movement? Miracles, he says. Megashift's attempts to document mysterious healings and other powerful answers to the sincere prayers of this new category of believer, including, believe it or not, hundreds of dramatic cases of resurrection. Not near-death experiences, but real resurrection of actual corpses. When I was a kid in Sunday school, I was really impressed that 3,000 people were saved on the day of Pentecost, he writes. I thought, wow, that'll never happen again. But, Ruff says, it now happens around the globe every 25 minutes. Tomorrow, there will be 175,000 more Christians than there are today, he writes. The essence of Ruff's book is about how Western Christians can't tap into what he sees as a mighty word of God on earth. Very few people realize the nature of life on earth is going through a major change, he writes. We are seeing the megashift in the basic direction of human history. Until our time, the ancient war between good and evil was hardly better than a stalemate. Now all has changed. The Creator, whose epic story flows through the pages of Scripture, has begun to dissolve the stronghold of evil. This new drama is being played about every hour around the globe, accompanied sometimes by mind-bending miracles. As a very special added bonus, when you purchase Megashift from WMD's online stores, you can also receive free issues of our acclaimed monthly Whistleblowers magazine, which many have called the best news magazine in the world. That's a $22.50 free value. Offer good in the U.S. only. Watch for the free offer during checkout.
Ain't that interesting? More good news for more secular people. Interesting. According to Richly Bruce, atheism is on a decline in the third world, but is rising in the first world. Makes you wonder. Let's see here. According to atheistempire.com, it has Christianity at 2 billion, Islam at 1.3 billion, atheism at 850 million, Christianity in the U.S. population in 1990 was 151,225,000. In 2001, it was 159,030,000. During those 2 years, it was an estimated 76.5%. Atheism was 13,116,000 in 1990. In 2001, it was 27,539,000. Atheism being 13.2% of the U.S. population in those 2 years, 1990 and 2001. Islam was 527,000 in 1990 of the U.S. population, and in 2001 it was 1,104,000 of the U.S. population at 0.5% during those 2 years. Let's see here. Let's see here. Hmm. I don't know what to take away from this. I have no idea what those charts are saying. None whatsoever. Countries. East Germany is 88.2% atheism. Slovenia 29.8%. Russia 27.3%. Israel 25.6%. Netherlands 24.1%. Hungary 23.3%, Norway 14.9%, Britain 14%, West Germany 12.1%, New Zealand 11.5%. La 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 la. Comments. Don't care about comments. Yeah, that was very helpful. Huh. That was interesting. Don't know what to take away from that.
According to the uncertainty hypothesis, religion helps people cope psychologically with dangerous or unpredictable situations. Conversely, with greater control over the external environment due to economic development and technological advances, religious belief is predicted to decline. The existential security hypothesis. The author predicts that religious belief would decline in economically developed countries where there is greater existential security, including income security, income equality, and redistribution via welfare states and improved health. These predictions are tested in regression analyses of 137 countries that partially doubt the effects of communism and Islamic religion, both of which affect the incidence of reported non-belief. Findings show that disbelief in God increased with economic development measured by lower agricultural employment and third-level enrollment. Findings further show that disbelief also increased with income security, low Gini coefficient, high personal taxation capping the welfare state, and with health security, low pathogen prevalence. Results show that religious belief declines as existential security increases, consistent with the uncertainty hypothesis. The above was according to http://ccr.content/45/3/318.
The following statistics are of my own calculation, and that it is only because I couldn't find any statistics on atheists that fell into these categories, so I calculated them myself. If these statistics are wrong, I will correct them. So if you find out these statistics are wrong, please tell me and I will correct them. Okay, now time for my calculations. From IndexMundi.com, I learned that the birth rate is 19.15 births per 10,000 population. That's 252 births per minute, 4.2 births per second. We already know that 16% of the world is atheist. From ChristianPost.com, I learned that 59% of the youth will leave the church every year. And 40% of that youth that leaves the church will return to the church every year. Relying on the numbers from fastestgrowingreligion.com, we can extrapolate and make a calculation. This means that 21,493,960 new atheists born every year. 79,258,978 Christians will leave the church every year. But from that number, 53,734,900 Christians will return to the church every year. This means that only 25,524,078 people will convert to atheism every year. That's a total of 47,018,038 new atheists a year. Now let's look at the previous numbers. 22,708,799 new Christians born every year. 2,501,396 new converts to Christianity every year. 25,210,195 total new Christians a year. 21,723,118 new Muslims born every year. 864,558 new converts to Islam every year. 22,588,676 total new Muslims a year. Now let's look at the projections. These are estimates. Back in 2000, there was an estimated Christian population of 1,999,563,838. That's 33% of the world. Muslim population of 1,188,242,789. That's 19.6% of the world. Atheist population of 968,807,840, 16% of the world. In 2010, the Christian population was estimated to be 2,257,367,311, 33% of the world. The Muslim population was estimated to be 1,436,506,471, 21% of the world. The atheist population was estimated to be 1,094,586,988, 481,120, 16% of the world. In 2012, the Christian population is estimated at 2,314,950,000, 33% of the world. The Muslim population is estimated at 1,473,150,000, 21% of the world. The atheist population is estimated at 1,122,400,000, 16% of the world. That was 2012. Now let's make a projection for 2025. I predict that the Christian population will be 2,616,670,052. That's 33.45% of the world. The Muslim population will be 1,784,875,653. That's 22.81% of the world. The atheist population will be 1,733,634,488. That's 22.16% of the world. And my projection for 2050 is that the Christian population will be 3,051,564,342. That's 34.25% of the world. The Muslim population will be 2,299,281,610. That's 25.02% of the world. The atheist population will be 1,937,011,808. That's 21.67% of the world. From these numbers, we can gather that the Christian population is not shrinking. This means that Christianity is not dying, but in fact growing, because the Christian population is increasing. So Christianity is growing, not dying. There's your verdict. For those of you that want to check my calculations, I will be posting them on my Just Musing blog, which I will link in the description of this video down below. So you can see if I'm right. Another way you could see if I'm right is by waiting until the years come around to see if my predictions come true. Because this is a testable thing that you can do. So remember, my prediction is that Christianity is growing, not dying. And that's my verdict. you will have to put up with Christians for quite some time, because we're going to be around for quite a while. Deal with it.